Hello everybody. Today let us see about the chapter number 4, that is measures of central tendency of grouped and ungrouped data. Here let us see what is meant by central tendency. Central tendency means the average of a data is called a measure of central tendency. The values of variable tend to concentrate around the central value. Therefore, the central value is also called the central tendency. The measures divide to calculate the central tendency are known as measures of central tendency. You are quite familiar about the measures of central tendency, means one of the type of measures of central tendency, that is called as mean. So in while calculating the mean, what you do that do, because you have to take, or you have to select, or you have to consider only single value to go to the certain conclusion about that things. So for example, in a 11th and 12th standard you used to do titration, and in titration you takes, generally you takes 3 readings, and the that 3 readings divided by the total number of readings, that is 3. So mean is one of the type of central tendency. Then means because this is for the convenience. This is because we could not consider all value as a conclusion. We have to make a certain conclusion, and because of that we have to consider a single value as a representative of that all readings. So this is the same case in case of sample. Sample is true representative of that particular population. Likewise, the mean is the whatever the mean is the representative of the all readings that you have taken. So let us see measures of central tendency. It refers to all those methods of statistical analysis which are used to estimate or calculate the average of a set of data. The 3 common measures of central tendency are mean, mode, and median. These 3 are popular measures of central tendency, and among them, mean is the scientifically accepted, scientifically considered as a type of one of type of average. Then let us see, mean is an average, is a measure of central tendency. Average represented mathematically is termed as mathematical average or mean. Here, mean is obtained by adding all the values and by dividing the total by the number of atoms. Here, mean is represented by a symbol x bar having 3 types: arithmetic mean, geometric mean, and harmonic mean. So here is the formula by which you can calculate the mean. Here x bar is equal to summation of x upon n. Here x bar it is the symbol of mean, and summation of x is equal to sum of total number of observations. N is equal to total number of observations. So let us well understand sum of total number of observations. And here whatever, suppose you have taken 5 observations, so you have to do sum of that all observations readings and divided by, so here you have taken 5 observations, so 5 is the number of observations, and you have to divide that sum of all observation by that number of observation. So here by this way you can get the mean. or it is also called as arithmetic mean. Let us see the classification of central tendency. Here, central tendency particularly divided into three types: mathematical average, positional average, and partitional value. So, we are not going to see this partitional value. We are only going to see the mathematical average and positional average. So, let us concentrate towards the mathematical average. So, in the mathematical average, mean comes under the mathematical average, and there are again three types of mean: arithmetic mean, geometric mean, and harmonic mean. So, in our syllabus, we are going to see only arithmetic mean. Then, arithmetic mean is simply called as also mean. Then, positional average. Here, its name itself indicates that it is considered by its position. Not in case of mean, all values are considered, but it is not happen in case of median and mode. So let us see in the detail. The average obtained arithmetically is called arithmetic mean. Normally, arithmetic mean is simply called mean. Mean can be obtained by grouped or ungrouped data. Here, let us see merits of mean. Mean is well defined, calculation is easy, all items are considered for calculation, it is based on each and every observation, it is used for further statistical calculation. Okay, let's go towards the demerits. What are the demerits? Look, if certain things there is nothing in the world which is not having a demerit. If there may be a lot of merits, but somewhat in some extent it may have there will be certain, in small extent there will be some demerits of that particular things. So here, mean will not be correct if certain values are very big or very small. Like we have seen why I am correlating this term to the sampling, because you can easily correlate this mean and that sampling method, because like we have seen, sample is the true representative of that particular population. For that, you have to select accurate sample size. In a random sampling, each and every individual of an population has an equal chance being selected as a sample. So here, in this case, mean what happened? Mean is the that a single value is representative of the all observations. So you have to select the size of mean. If the population size or that observation size is too, if your data is too big and if your data is too small, then the obtained mean value is not so much reliable. It may give false conclusion because it is considering the all the values altogether. So it may be possible it gives you wrong conclusion, and it gives a fractional values, so which is not acceptable. For example, if you have to if you have to make a conclusion about the how many family members in your home who likes okra or who likes potato, like this. So when if the value comes in a fraction, so it's not happen now. You can't say 2.5 member in my family like some okra. So it is not acceptable and it's not possible. It may be either 2 or it may be either 3, like this. So somewhat it gets the mean value is not acceptable in such a case. So this is the demerit of mean, but as compared to demerit, there are a lot of merits of mean. Okay, let us see second type of measures of central tendency, that is median. Median is the middle value of data, as its name represents its meaning itself. That is, median means middle value. When the values are arranged in the ascending or descending order, median is an average. It is a measure of central value. Median divides distribution in two equal halves. There will be equal number of atoms above and below the atoms. Median is represented by MD. Median can be calculated for ungrouped and grouped data. The formula for the calculation of median for ungrouped data. This is the formula. How the median is calculated? You can calculate median by only observation also. Sometimes there will be no any need to refer the formula. You can simply calculate the median by observation also. So how it? Let's understand. Look at this. This is my palm, and there are 5 fingers, as you have also 5 fingers. Someone may have 6 fingers. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. So these are number of observations. So after arranging the number of observation in ascending and descending order, so this number 1, 2, 3. Number 3 is the median of this total number of observation. And look at here. Here is the equal number of this side also, and here equal number of this side also. Means here is number 2 fingers are present, here also 2 fingers are present, and so this value is called as median of this total observation. So you can easily calculate by only observation also. So here is the formula, MD is equal to N plus 1. Here, for example, you have 9 is the total number of, means 9 is your N, total number of observation plus 1 divided by 2, you will get 9 plus 1, 10 divided by 2 is equal to 5. So fifth number, for example, you have these. Okay, I just am doing like this randomly. So 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, like this. 7 observation, again number 2, number 3. Okay, number 5. Okay, 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9. Okay, these are total 9 observations, and by calculating the median, we have get fifth number item is our median. So let us see which number is in fifth. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. So number 1 value is our median, like this. So then, so I hope you will understand about the about this formula, and then you can understand the next type, median of grouped data with class interval. The formula here in case of grouped data is somewhat complicated. So before going towards this formula, let me know you that here what is meant by grouped data and what is meant by ungrouped data. For example, just we have seen that values are single values, but sometimes data have to represented in the group form. Like for example, let us consider this is Okay, I'm not taking so much numbers, so you will get easily understand. 5, 6, 7. Okay, so these values are single values. Okay, and so these type of values are called as ungrouped data. And when suppose we takes 1 to 3, okay, then 4 to 6, okay, then again 7 to 9. So these are called as class intervals. Here 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 8, 9. So number 2, there is a number there is a 2 digits gap in between these class intervals. So these type of data is this type of data is called as the this type of data is called as the grouped type of data, and this type of data is called as ungrouped data. So the formula for this type of data is different. Okay, the formula is different for grouped type of data. The formula is different for ungrouped data. So as compared to the grouped and ungrouped data, the formula for the grouped data is quite we can say complicated. Okay, so this is so now you have clear what is the grouped data and what is meant by ungrouped data. Let us see the formula. MD is equal to L plus under the bracket N by 2 minus CF divided by F multiplied by C. Here L is equal to lower limit of the median class. N is equal to total frequency. CF is equal to cumulative frequency prior to median class. C is equal to class interval of median class, and F is equal to frequency of the median class. Here let me tell you that the F is the here F should be small, not a capital. Here F means frequency of the median class, means F is equal to N here. So this in case of grouped data. So these things you have to understand why you are going to calculate the mean, mode and median. Then let us see what are the merits of median. Simple to calculate. It can be calculated without knowing the value of all the items. It is unaffected by extreme values, and it can be calculated graphically. So graphically also you can easily understand. Let us see demerits of median. It is not depends on all the items. It is not used as a common average, and it is not used for further statistical calculation. So the median is not scientifically accepted, and mean is good, means it is good for calculation purpose also, and it accumulates all the values also.